Okay, so I'm currently waiting for a transfer bus back to my college. It's currently 5 in the morning. This is an overnight trip, but I'm still gonna make this video because I have to make this video. I was spending time with my family today, but the video has to be done. So I'm gonna make it now. Hopefully the background noise isn't too bad. This video is about not taking advice from people who are not eligible. That's something you want to make sure you do. I think you've probably heard this before, but get that out of the way. When you take advice from someone, you become a little bit more like them. I'm sure you've heard this before from other people, like other self-improvement creators. When you take someone's advice, you become a little bit more like them. So if you don't want to be like that person, then you don't take their advice. It's that simple. So let's say you want to be rich. You'll take advice from someone who's either already rich or someone who wants to be like rich and they're making progress towards becoming rich. Because those are the two types of people that are on the same path as you or have already been on the same path as you, and they've learned from the experience. Because you learn like the hard way. You learn the best things the hard way and through experience. Your parents, which this is gonna sound bad, right? But a lot of you think that you should take advice from your parents, which you should, if you want to live a life like theirs. Some of their advice works, but most of it will construct your life to make it similar to theirs. And if you want more than your parents have, which you most likely do because you're a man on self-improvement and you're like doing business, maybe and on all this entrepreneurship shit, and you want like more than your parents have achieved, you want even more from life, then their advice won't always work, and you need to take other people's advice that have achieved more than your parents, and that's just a fact. Which sounds bad, right? And I don't mean to disrespect parents because they know what they're talking about a lot of the time too. But there's also a lot of the time where they might be holding you back by giving you advice that's like works for them because they're living like kind of a more mediocre life compared to what you want to live. And you need to take higher level advice that's even like above your parents, which sounds fucking evil, but it's true. You need to take higher level advice from more successful, more wealthy people, more ambitious people than your own parents are. And that way you'll win in life. Because there's a big problem with so many people taking advice from like their fucking friends who like drink and party all the fucking time, and they say it's like a good thing because like they're my friends that I've known them since high school and college, and they just want the best for me. They don't want to sabotage me. They love me. You know, they might love you, but their advice is still not valid because they're just not smart enough to give you that advice. They're not experienced enough. They haven't learned enough to give you the advice that's going to give you the life you want to have. And you probably don't even want a life like theirs. You don't even want to be more like them. So you shouldn't take their advice. It's that simple. That's all I wanted to say in this video. And also, when this is another weird thing that happens, if you like tell someone that like directly that like, oh well, I want to take advice from someone more experienced and you don't really know much about this. If you tell them this, they might say something like, well actually no, well that's just common sense. But the thing is, I don't even want fucking common sense. I have it already. That's for the common man. I want the rare sense. I want the sense that's only rare. It's like rarely had, rarely possessed by people who are like powerful, because powerful people are rare. I don't want the common sense. That's for common average losers. I don't want the common sense that made you an average loser. You know what I mean? So that's what you have to keep in mind. Keep in mind all the time that you should only take advice from people who are eligible to give you that advice, and from people who you want to be more like in life. This video won't change your life. You will.